Chapter 9. Sistenan.
The rhythmic sound of Eredorn hooves echoed through the red rock basin of Hidden Valley, a sound that typically kept its residents high in their carved-out homes. But today was different. A scout led the Eredorn by its reins and halted at the foothold. There, Sistenan, Lowtide's chief scientist Esterlo, and one of her assistants waited, poised to examine the bodies of the two males flung over the Eredorn's back. Sistenan approached, her adept eyes steady as she lifted the head of a young Mortadel, perhaps in his 50s, though it was always hard to tell. Alsabaagh didn't see many Mortadels, but the two species fascinated each other. For the Alsabaagh, a womb was a bargaining chip, their kingdom's only currency. For the Mortadel, it was the one thing no one ever wanted. So when a Mortadel desired an Alsabaagh, it couldn't be for power or legacy. The desire was clean. Looking into this Mortadel's face, she desired him, despite hating him for invading her territory. He wore Noski clothes, a predictable obstruction of allegiance by whoever sent him. She hated them more than him. The remnants of his mushy brain seeped from his nose. "You sprayed?" Sistenan asked the scout. "Of course, Your Highness." Lifting the head of the other male, Esterlo's companion gasped at the pink foam residue around his Nosco mouth. "Just a boy servant. How sad," Sistenan sighed, a rare note of sorrow for a non-Alsabaagh in her voice. "One for the ants, one for the berries. Eden remains undefeated," the scout boasted. As she had the day before, Sistenan sighed at the scout's youthful optimism. Eden was formidable, but nothing could be undefeated forever. "You'll identify them?" Sistenan asked, turning to Esterlo. "Yes, Your Highness. We shall do our best." Esterlo was brilliant with DNA identification and manipulation. Despite the Isle's belief in their intellectual superiority, the minds secluded on Low Tide Island had uncovered many mysteries the Isle had yet to understand, especially of the natural and mystical order. Sistenan watched Esterlo lead the Eredorn across the valley floor and disappear into the Narrows. In 3 spins, she would lead her clan down that same path for the pledging ceremony. She would watch as Esterlo conducted the count that would determine her daughter's future. From now until then, Sistenan would work to gain allies to agree to issue a disturbance decree, reducing the number of pledges that they'd send to the World Fair from 10 to only 5. The last time Northerners had broken the treaty, about 4 decades ago, the Protectorate only reduced pledges by 2. But the 426 Peace Compact made increasing the penalty for multiple offenses clear. Reducing the number of pledges would help Sistenan protect her last daughter, but not everyone saw less pledges as a good thing, especially Cap Humort, who seemed to have daughters solely to offer them as pledges. A pledged daughter all but guaranteed a lucrative future for the family. Once the Alsabaagh bore her new husband a viable child, he would fulfill the marriage settlement, often in goods, land, or money for the bride's parents. Sistenan had no interest in such rewards, but many in the kingdom did. Persuading them to join her would take every weak and unexercised political muscle in her body. Still, Sistenan's warrior spirit would not let Ren go without a fight.